And here we are, back in the middle of the month of bloom. The air is thick with all the pollen. I think, given the fact that my dad was so susceptible to it, it's best that I can stay inside if I can. I'll say hi to Cal, make sure he's doing okay. And given the fact that it is the middle of the month and the air is so thick, although we do have that vaccination now, thanks to my dad, maybe they might need me in medbay. Your report for your first shift as Dr. Instance's nursing assistant. Instance was never supposed to be the literal doctor for everyone in the colony. All the colony's medical needs were supposed to be covered by the medbeds, and then eventually with trained medical professionals from your generation. With the growing number of wounded and sick, it's pulling Instance's attention away from her actual work in the lab, hence why she needs the help. I'm a doctor, not a physician, Instance grumbles as she swipes through her hollow palm to give you access to the medbay systems. I can study the Locozina fauna so it stops killing us, or I can treat burns and upset tummies. I can't do both. There, she says, as the haptics in your hollow palm pulse. You should have access. Now, don't bother me for anything less than a cranial bleed. It's a medbed, not a jar of leeches. Just follow the instructions and push the right buttons. You need something? Ask Congruence. Congruence beams from her hollow monitor. Can you handle that? If it's documented, I'll figure it out. Oh, that won't be a problem, Congruence assures you. I'm basically the sum of all human knowledge and achievement, all indexed and searchable. There are no patients today, so you're going to brush up on your first aid training. Every colonist gets first aid training starting in their early teens. Lungs gotta breathe, heart's gotta beat, blood should stay inside the body. Check. You run through the quiz scenarios with Congruence for a whole week. CPR, elevate but put pressure on the wounds, wrap broken bones, flush eyes with water, leave foreign objects in, and be real careful with neck injuries. Fun fact, Congruence informs you, in the field your hollow palm can discharge its batteries all at once as a makeshift defibrillator. That's a good fact. That's a good thing to know. First aid is important, but the goal is just to keep the person stable long enough to bring them here, to a medbed. That's where you and Dr. Instance will take over. You'll be fine. It might only be a matter of death. No biggie. That kind of seems like a biggie, but okay. That still gives us 35, which is enough to win. And now it's the end of the pollen season, but the air is still thick with it. You doing okay, Cal? Cal looks up from the geoponics bed where he is doing something sciencey with the water. Oh, hey, Solana, he says, just give me a sec. I'm checking the oxygen levels in the beds. Too much, and you get too much aerobic bacteria. He huffs a little laugh. I sound like Tang, right? There's a lot of science in this geoponic stuff. It sure is the future. Yep. Maybe I'll help you in xenobotany this month then, because since the air chambers in there are also sealed. Tangent doesn't work in the geoponics lab with you, but she swings by every now and then to compare notes and complain about your experiments. She loves talking about the novel substances, including the colony, things the colony could use for new sources of fuel or medicine, even boring stuff like glue. The idea that the colony could harness the power of Vertumna is really exciting to her. Hehe, 45, and I got a super goal. And now, it's dust season. I guess I'll try looking around, seeing, oh, Cal has something to say. You're looking around for Cal when you overhear him just on the other side of the geoponic stone. For the last time, leave me alone. This doesn't sound good. You get closer to find Cal facing down Rhett and Base. They've cornered him, their body language calm and relaxed, while Cal's is so angry he's almost shaking. Cal, please listen to us, Rhett says, spreading his hands. We're not here to conscript you. I can't force you to join the army. All I'm saying is that I need a good, loyal, strong young man like you out here on the front lines. Rhett smiles. You're a good boy, Cal. I admire your passion for peace and your dedication to fighting for it. That's why I'm here, asking you to help me protect the colony. Protect the colony? Cal spits. That's such a lie. You're not protecting anything. You're just slaughtering defenseless animals in their homes. It's disgusting. Hey, Base retorts, stepping forward with his fist raised. Show some respect. Cal squares up like he's ready to take a hit. For who? He asks, voice sharp. Psychopaths like you. Base roars and looks like he's about to take a swing, but Rhett holds him back with a raised hand. Base slinks back to Rhett's side, glowering at Cal. I can tell you need a bit more time, Rhett. I just want you to know that my door is always open if... You can screw all the way off with that, Cal swears, cutting Rhett off. Rhett looks surprised. You murdered my pet. Why would I ever serve under you? Base looks like he's about to lip off again, but Rhett speaks before he can. All I can ask is that you keep it in the back of your mind, Cal. When you come around, I'll be happy to talk about your options. With that, they leave. Base gives you a scathing look as they pass. Cal... You're right. I mean, all they're doing is attacking the animals and agitating them. It'd probably be better if we try to understand what's making them so upset so that we can stop bothering them, and then they won't feel the need to attack us. Cal sits down heavily on the sack of fertilizer he must have been carrying before Base and Rhett cornered him. This isn't even the first time, he mutters, his base in his hands. They're really dead set on getting me to join the hunting parties. I told them I don't want to kill anything, and Rhett was like, it's okay, you can just tell us how to kill them. He looks exasperated, like that's any better. I wish they would leave you alone. Me too, Cal sighs. They have really messed up the idea of what it means to serve the colony. Like, who do they think grows food? Ghosts? Exactly. You're helping the colony by growing their food. I trust no one else more with carrying on my parents' work than you. Cal picks out a loose thread on the sack he's sitting on. Man, this whole war is light speed stupid, he mutters. Loom and his people come crashing in here thinking they can run the place because they have bombs and guns, and nobody stops to think, like, maybe we're actually the invasive species here, right? That's what I've been saying. We need to try to live in harmony with them. I'm glad you agree, Cal says. I just feel like we showed up and plopped ourselves right in the middle of the food web, Cal continues, and we didn't even think for a second about the chaos that would cause on the ecosystem. We owe it to this planet to do our best to try to understand. Cal's shoulders slump in a sigh and he pushes himself to his feet. Man, I wish I could still talk about this stuff with Anemone, he says, slinging the sack of fertilizer over his broad shoulders again. You can see why Rhett wanted to get him in the defense so badly. I miss her, Cal admits. I miss that we used to be so close when we were kids. He shakes his head. But she's gone all space super masochist now, and I just can't stomach that, you know? Yeah. She's not the same. She really hasn't been since Calm died. I can see if I can try to find something, like a flower. I wonder... I know that there's some things here. Oh, There are lots of new things. That seems like something worth having, maybe. But I'm kind of thinking about maybe getting some cakes to be able to share with people. Oh, I only bought one cake. Okay. I thought that was like 8 cakes. But okay. I guess I'll go back to helping with the kids. There's only a handful of kids that need help this month, so you're able to give them all one-on-one attention, and you feel gratified to see them all improve so fast. Okay, here's 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, and 40. And I got 3 stars. And now it's the Vertumna again. This year's Vertumna is ushered with big military band, horns and drums, supplemented by recordings of parade music from Earth. Governor Loom strides out of command with a grand red carpet and ascends the stage with a raucous of applause. "Thank you, everyone," he calls out over the din. "Look at you, look at this colony, finally, truly united." "All it took was a common enemy," he declares. "I look at you beautiful people, you strong people, you good human people, and I see a fire in your eyes. I see courage in your hearts. I see a colony that's ready to win. I see a colony that's here to stay on Vertumna. Do you hear me?" He raises his arm and roars, "Do you hear me, Vertumna? We're humans, and we're not going to hide anymore." Why do you have to make everything into a conflict? Loom gestures for Security Chief Rhett to join him on stage, then continues. "The original fugitive colonists got it wrong. In Roman mythology, Vertumnus was the god of cultivation, not of rampant chaotic growth." Cultivation means growing, probably means contributing to good qualities, not clearing everything out. That's desolating, not cultivating. He clenches his hand into a fist. "We need to clear the field before we can plow it. Vertumna won't be safe for human life until the aliens are eradicated." Great, so you're going to force another planet into extinction. That's nice. So nice, Loom. Rhett crosses his arms and nods in agreement. Maybe there's more to this plan than Loom is letting on. Loom descends from the stage and does a receiving line of handshakes and fist bumps. In the vacuum left by his presence, Chief Administrator Seek takes the podium and clears their throat. "Ahem. I want to announce that this will be the last year that festival contest will be held." "What? Why?" "But it's something for the kids to enjoy." A sound of protest rises from the crowd, and near the front, Loom just shrugs theatrically and mouths, "Not my fault." Zeke looks down at him pointedly, then continues, "This war will use our colony resources at a tremendous rate, including the most valuable, time." Loom takes the stage and soothes the crowd. "I do have some good news," he declares. "Starting today, the colony is going to be granting requests from people who want to have children." A happy murmur bubbles through the crowd. "Yes, that's right. It's time to start the next generation of Vertumnians and secure the future for our children." Loom pumps his fist in the air. "Humans! Humans! Humans!" "You don't care about people having families. You just want more soldiers." "I think it's stupid," Cal says immediately. "I know survival is important, but we don't have to kill things to survive here." Mars rolls her eyes. "Duh, of course you'd think that," she mutters. "I think Loom is a total nullhead. He's not that much older than me. What is he, like 24? And everyone listens to him." She flips her hair over her shoulder. "They should listen to me instead." Finally, you're all called to participate in the games, the last ones, maybe forever. If this war on nature ever ends, you'll probably be an adult. As your friends all separate into their usual games, you realize that this may be the last time you just get to be kids. Maybe I'll just watch them enjoy the games. You head off to the wall. Dees is already there, having slipped away sometime during the speeches. I hate this colony, he mutters. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Yeah, I hate what this colony is becoming. After the festivities, everyone is supposed to take a few days vacation. You and your friends relax, but the adults move around the colony like ants in a hive, fortifying the walls and preparing for the human offensive against the planet. I guess we'll try to see what we can do next time.